You said write it, you'll read it.
Here we go.
Hello and welcome to the Kilowatt Half Hour, a podcast about the world of EVs brought to you by the team at electrifying.com.
Right, this week we are going big. So we're going to discuss the biggest twin test of the year, the Genesis that's taking aim at the Range Rover, discover if VW is finally about to bring us a Buzz camper van, and if we're ready for Tesla's Semi. We'll also be answering your EV buying questions and, of course, finding out what you thought of last week's episode. Welcome to the Kilowatt Half Hour. I am Nicola.
I'm Tom.
And I am Mike.
Isn't it lovely? Hi, Tom.
Hello. Nice.
Also, hi to Mike, but I've seen Mike a lot lately. But I haven't seen you in ages, Tom.
I know, I've been avoiding you, obviously.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a fair choice to make. Everyone all right?
Good as gold.
Yeah.
Good as gold. Yeah.
We got a nice response from last week's episode.
Well,
define nice.
Well, it was so things like Mr. Stoivies 2444 says Headmistress Ginny is back in the room, and then you got Graham McDonald who said the previous episode was actually my fave, not this one.
excellent. Thanks for sharing that.
Then Darville 7521 Kilowatt Half Hour runtime 51 minutes. Carry on. The Analog Kid, everything in London centric as usual.
I don't know where that comes from. Well, none of us
Are any of us in London?
None of us live in London.
No.
Literally none of us live in London. But that's fine. You carry on. And then you've got, Martin Gill 6996. I'm with Mike, i.e. the Eclipse. Don't understand the craziness over getting a little bit dim for a few minutes. And also MBAC 7801, Misery Guts Mike can always catch the significant eclipse in 2081. Yeah, because Mike, you didn't care about the eclipse. Didn't care, and I don't understand it.
And then back, I put that into my diary so I know to ignore it next time as well.
Oh, good.
Much chance of being live in 2081. Yeah, pretty slim.
Yeah.
Anyway,
How old will you be then?
130 probably, something like that.
Yeah, lovely.
Well, you never know. AI will have fixed all diseases by then, won't it? So we will.
I don't want to be going on that long, and I don't suppose anyone else does either. But,
We'll be robots by that point. Yeah. Right, what's been going on? Because it's been, I've been really
what have
busy.
you been up to? Anyone who's also been out and doing anything this week?
Yeah,
We've
really
both
been.
been
Well, it's
driving
been a load of-
desks.
A load of twin tests lately. So I did one last week before, for the Renault Twingo versus the BYD Dolphin Surf. That's not come up on the YouTube channel yet, but it is going to be coming up very soon. And then a couple of days ago, I did a twin test with Batch, which is the Volvo EX60 versus the BMW iX3. Big video.
Oh,
Big video.
Yeah, my
I think
neighbour
it's
was
going up
asking
this
me which one.
weekend.
My neighbour was asking me which one to get of those
I mean,
two.
I genuinely, I don't want to ruin the twin test. I don't know if it's actually gone up yet by the time this podcast goes out. I can't call it. Both of them are equally fantastic. And it's such a weird time because it's like, I feel like we're now in a new era of EVs where EVs are now just really bloody good. And two of them are just really bloody good cars. The moment I sat in that Volvo, I drove it for about 2 minutes and I was like, oh God, it's good. It's really good. Lovely car. So they'll be selling like hotcakes, I reckon. Those two. They'll be everywhere. Surely.
I wonder what the waiting time is, because that's the big thing with the BMW, isn't it? That people can't get hold of them. So if you go in and say to your BMW dealer, I'd like one of these, and they go, it's going to be a year. It's like the old days when the electric cars had big waiting lists, then you might just nip down to somewhere where they haven't got one.
Don't know. Your thoughts, Mike?
Oh, well, you've driven an EX30, haven't you?
Yeah.
Been in one.
Yeah.
And I think, I was always a bit frustrated with how stripped back and austere that was inside. Is the EX60 a more friendly place to be?
Yes. There are there are two buttons to change your music, which is lovely, and to change your radio stations. Love that very much. And then the nice sort of volume control, which is like it's like a scroll wheel thing. But I think it's a nice nod to like the XC90. You know, that little sort of fancy gear selector they had. It's a bit like that, but in a volume control style, which I quite like. And you actually have a proper. It's not quite a glove box as we all know it, but there is a glove box of sorts that you just open normally without having to go for a
The
spring.
proper button or a latch, yeah, nice.
Crazy. And we were talking about door handles and stuff like that, and I was like, I don't know if I like these door handles. And then the more I used them, I was like, these are actually pretty good. So yeah, it's a good car.
We had a few comments about the door handles, but we'll get to those.
Get to those a little bit later on. And then next week, I'm excited about next week because we're doing another twin test. That'll be me and Nikki Shields. But I've got coming on Monday an Alpine A290. So that'd be nice.
Oh.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be nice. Although I'm questioning because next weekend is CarFest. And I'm going to CarFest because I do some work with Hot Wheels. And that's why I've always got Hot Wheels in the background because I've got so many. And this year it's going to be at CarFest. And I'm like, well, I'll have the Alpine. But the question is, will I get there and back? I don't think I will. So, and I don't really fancy charging to get to Silverstone and back. So I might just end up taking the Avenger. Even though, like, I should go in the Alpine, really, shouldn't I? I should.
Has the Avenger got a longer range then than
I
the
can't believe
Alpine?
The problem is,
Yes.
the Avenger will. I know the Avenger will get there and back because I've done it before when I've had to go to Silverstone. I know it will get there and back, but that's because the Avenger, you put your foot down and it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't
So
really
this is
do
more
much.
of an exercise in self-restraint, then, isn't it? Right.
Yeah. So I can't just like sit in the Alpine and not drive it like an Alpine. I can't sit in an Alpine A290 and drive it like a Jeep Avenger. I don't think I'm capable of doing that, and that's where I'll let myself down. So.
Well, you don't insist on going off-road when you're driving the Avenger, do you? So you should be able to restrain yourself in a sports car by not driving it sportily.
It's a fair point, but but you can't have an A290 and not drive it properly, surely.
Don't
Fair
know.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Or just stop for a quick wee and a charge and a coffee.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to do that when I could just get there and back. It's a busy day. Do you know what I mean?
Disappointing.
I know. I'll see how I feel on Friday because I'm driving up to the barn and back. I'll see how I feel on Friday and then judge it on Saturday. Because also I was supposed to... Do you want to hear something funny? So I was invited because it's CarFest next weekend. Yeah. I was invited by Geely to go and drive up and camp in one of their cars and like to camp in one of their campsites overnight in one of their cars. So I spoke to the Geely PR team and I was like, right, well, first of all, I don't camp. I camp, but I don't camp. And I was like, I don't really know if this is for me. And they were like, well, no, don't worry. We'll make sure it's got like VIP toilets and really nice showers and all that kind of thing. And I was like, okay, well, as long as you can promise me that they're nice toilets and nice showers, I'll probably do it because that's my biggest thing is like, I don't want to have to be like sharing Portaloo toilets and having a terrible time while I'm also sleeping in a car. And then I got sent a video of the toilets and the showers and I replied, thank you, I won't be coming.
Were they that bad?
How bad were they? Were the taps not made of gold or something? Is it
not made of gold? You know, I like my toilet paper to be made of diamonds. But like it was, it would. But it was like they were communal showers, communal toilets.
Well, like at school, like a communal shower.
And like a big lineup of sinks and stuff like that. And I was thinking, well, on the Saturday, I'm working on the Saturday with Hot Wheels. I want to be able to do my hair nice and put my makeup on and like just get ready on my own, listen to my music and do whatever. But I can't do that while there's other random car journos also brushing their teeth at a sink next to me. No. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Is this me being a diva?
No, slightly. I mean, you'll have to send us the picture now. I want to see how unposh they were.
I'll send you the video.
You know, when you get to my age, it's kind of you want an ensuite, so you don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and think, "Oh, I'm going to have to pad across a potentially muddy field to go for a wee."
Well, it's also that, because let's be honest, if I was out with Geely and we're watching Jessie J or whatever playing on the stage at Silverstone at CarFest, I'm probably going to have some drinks. So I probably will need a wee in the middle of the night. You know?
There's no getting away from that. There's a perfectly serviceable hotel on site now at Silverstone as well. Could you not pester them for an upgrade to that? That's really nice. I've stayed there.
But the whole point was to sleep in the car.
Oh, okay. Well, just do that. Go to bed, and then just as soon as everyone's switched off the lights, just get out and go to stay in the hotel.
I also worry about the resale value of all these cars if they've had sweaty journalists sleeping in them for a couple of nights. I mean, can you imagine the odour? Oh dear.
Maybe it depends on the journalist. You get people trying to buy my used socks, so maybe the price will go up if I slept in it.
Let's not go there. We've discussed this at length in the office. It's not a subject for the podcast.
God, there's a lot of weirdos out there, Mike. People try and buy you used socks. They want to try and buy your bath water. Weirdos.
And
Should we go back to cars?
And as Helen asked, why do they want to fix them and darn the holes in them?
Helen, she's the purest soul. Bless her.
She is.
It's true. This is absolutely true.
Yeah, it is. Anyway.
No one's ever tried
Right,
to buy my
carry on.
bath water.
You talk about your things now.
Oh.
Dear.
Well, can I bring us back down to earth with a question for the listeners?
Please.
Because I've moved to a smart EV tariff, and I'm having a few issues with it, and I want to know if it's common or not. So, these smart tariffs, you plug in your car talks to the electricity company. The electricity company goes, I'm going to charge you between these hours when we've got electricity in the grid, and it's all good for everybody. But it only works for me about a quarter of the time. So I plug in my car and it starts charging instantly, which it's meant to do apparently while it talks to the car and sorts it all out. The car says it's connected, so it knows it's connected, but the app says not plugged in. So then I leave it for like 15 minutes. I'm thinking, well, this is costing me quite a lot of money because it's on the expensive day rate. And sometimes it then goes, okay, well, I'm now going to do this proper. And other times it doesn't, so I have to put back on my scheduled charging to start at midnight. But I know that's very dull, but I'm just curious to know whether I'm alone or whether that's a common thing and how I can fix it if possible. If anyone knows,
there you go.
Please let us know.
Put it in the comments section below, please, or email us podcast@electrifying.com. Thank you.
I think it is. I'm not replying on the comments. I'm telling you now. I think it's reasonably common. I'm on an ID Buzz forum group. The usual kind of thing. People moan about various things, and that does come up a lot. And I just I'm not brave enough to take that leap to sort of. It does make sense on paper, doesn't it? These intelligent, but I'm always slightly kind of wary about it. So that's why I've stuck on a kind of dumb tariff, which is kind of just fixed between 12 and 5:30. But I don't know if it's just the software's not all. If you use it and it's 100% reliable, let us know. Maybe it's because you mean on your Born?
On the Born, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder
and
if
the
it's
thing
a
is,
Volkswagen thing.
The energy company, which is E.ON, say, oh, well, it could be that your car's not connecting to the internet. I'm like, well, no, it has, because I can see on my app that it's plugged in. Yeah, it knows it's plugged in on my app. So, I don't know. Turn it all on and off again somehow.
I don't know how to help you with that.
No.
We don't have the smart thing.
No.
No.
I'm going to ask the wider group, because they'll know.
Come on, wider group, get involved.
Helps out. Exactly.
Talking of buses, Mike, is there some news about them?
There is some news about them. Yeah, and there'll be more next week. But the Volkswagen have announced that there's going to be, drum roll, a camper van version of the Buzz, which feels like a conversation we've had every year for the past 4 years. But yes, it's the first question you get asked if you drive a Buzz: is it a camper van? No,
Yeah,
it's not. It's not a camper van. So yes, they're going to be introduced at Hanover at the commercial vehicle show next week. And Volkswagen have released a sketch. It really is quite a sketchy sketch, and of sort of people sitting in the back of the Buzz. But it is going to come. It's going to be. They're going to introduce a whole range of electric camper vans, step by step through to 2028. We're expecting to see the Buzz version next year, but I mean, as I say, it's been next year for quite some time now. But earlier last month, I think in June, they announced something called the Good Night package, which is kind of a basic. You kind of get a bed that folds down. You get the double mattress, custom fit mattress, blackout blinds, and a table and chairs, which is kind of almost there to the California spec that the combustion engine one has. So that's already in existence. I don't think it's on sale in the UK as an option yet, but it's in Europe for just under €2,500, I think. So yeah, I mean, it will eventually come, but will it be too late? Have we kind of lost our mojo for the Buzz camper van because it's been coming for so long? I guess there's a lot of challenges involved in keeping it light enough. If you imagine if you're chucking another couple of 100 kilos of stuff into a Buzz, it's already 2.5 tons.
Yeah, it's not already
without a
range-wise.
terrific range. So if you're adding that, then yeah, I guess there's probably a lot of internal discussion of is this actually worth it on this version of it? I don't know.
What about toilets?
Yeah,
Won't have a loo. I doubt it'll have a loo because the California, the sort of transporter-based California didn't have a loo. I had one of those.
Just use a bucket.
Yeah, it just went out the
That'll
window.
add weight
Just
as
out
well,
the
though,
window. Yeah. Easy way. Yeah.
I'm so not a camper person.
No, I thought I might be till I bought it, and I slept in it, I think, 3 times in 4 years. So yeah, I was realised I wasn't either. So yeah, you are not alone.
Yeah.
I did kind of look at motorhomes for a while, thinking about buying one because I took one to a festival and thought it was the way forward, but they are so much money. You look at kind of a 30-year-old one and they're still 15 grand. It's astonishing.
That's crazy.
And also, if you buy a motorhome, you have the kind of the added problem. It's like buying a house and a car at the same time. So you have to check for damp and if the boiler works, and you have to see if it's had a cam belt change. It's ridiculous.
I don't want to do any of that. I just want to stay in a hotel. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do any of it. I'll sleep at a trashy hotel at a services. That'll do me. I'm all right with that. I've got my own loo, my own shower. Great.
Cheap date, aren't you? Crikey.
Yeah.
The other story this week, which is on the site, is the Genesis GV90, which is the absolute monster of a thing. If you're one of the people who always messages in and says, "Oh, we should have small cars, we don't need big cars," look away now because this thing is enormous. I'm guessing it's built on the kind of big platform that the extended platform that EV9 and Ioniq 9 are on. It's got 123.5 kilowatt hour battery, but he says it's got a range of 311 miles.
Because it's just so bloody heavy.
But I think
that's that battery.
I think that might be an EPA, an American figure, because it says it's subject to WLTP ratification. So
okay,
it might go up on WLTP, but the EPA one is usually a little bit more accurate in terms of range. So yeah, you get 350 kilowatt charging, the usual kind of stuff. So 10 to 80% in 22 minutes. But the thing I really like about it, and you have to look on the site for this, inside, I think it looks terrific. Have you seen it?
Well,
inside?
I've seen. So the main screen kind of goes up and then comes back down. So like you can put it up. So if you're charging, you can watch like movies and stuff. And then it goes back down into itself to become like a sort of normal driving screen.
Yeah,
which is quite weird.
And you've got the individual seats in the rear, and it just looks really. It looks more like a Range Rover than a Range Rover. It certainly looks way more than the GT I saw the other week, which is all stripped back and very austere inside. This is kind of the exact opposite. There isn't a surface that hasn't been sort of textured or got sort of cross stitching on it or something. So it is that kind of the antithesis of the Range Rover. It doesn't have to look comfortable, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look. I do love a Genesis. I feel like I love all Genesises.
Yes. Do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I really do. I mean, I love Korean cars anyway, and then you add a little bit of luxury on top, and it's an absolute winner for me. Literally everything they offer, I'm like, yeah, this is great.
There's luxury, but there's also chintz. But you quite like that, don't you?
I quite like a bit of chintz every now and again.
All the crystals and nonsense. It's like,
I like the crystal ball gear selector in the GV60. I like it. It's a bit tacky, but I like it.
I think it's got a country house hotel on wheels, this thing. I think it just looks, it's going to be 6 figures. It's not going to be, a cheap thing, because I guess they've got to give it headroom over EV9 and Ioniq 9. So, yeah in true Genesis style.
Talking of EV9s, sometimes you just suddenly see a lot of cars about, and one car, and you go, "Oh, I've just seen one of those EV9s. There's loads of them. Suddenly, I'm seeing them. Is it the same, or have they done a big deal or something?"
I don't know. I got a call from my dad last week because he's got a mate that's just really, he buys a lot of cars and like swaps them back quite a lot. And he was with his mates, they were playing snooker, and he was like, "Oh, I'm thinking of getting rid of my IM6 because I want an EV9." I went, "What?" He went, "So how do they compare?" And I went, "You don't compare them."
Yes.
Like, they're two completely different cars. What are you talking about? Do you need a 7-seater? He's like, "No, I just think it looks really cool and I want to buy one."
It's a good enough reason.
Get rid of the IM6 and go for an EV9. That's wild.
It is. But yeah, I do see. I've seen a lot of them this summer because they seem to be a kind of big family. I've seen a lot in Weymouth over the last couple of months, especially during the kids' holidays, and they're all loaded up with stuff, and they've generally all got UK travel number plate on them as well. So I think people are using them for, and it's great. I mean, they're quite a striking old thing.
Yeah, it's a good car.
So, yeah, obviously working well.
It's a good car.
Right, Tom, talking of large, talking of large cars which are loaded up. Well, it's not a car. It's the Tesla Semi. Now, I don't want to do the whole FNAR thing about Semi.
Just do the FNAR.
Well, I think that's probably what Elon wanted to do, couldn't? Because he named his car range Sexy, so it's a big old Semi, and he's shaped it a bit like a willy. If you look at the pictures of the arm, if you Google it, there's a picture of the truck head on, and he's clearly shaped it like a child's graffiti drawing of some genitalia. It just makes me go, really? You're a trillionaire.
That's very funny.
But anyway, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because it's got over 1,000 horsepower, a 325-mile range, and it's a big truck. So a Semi is what the Americans would call an articulated lorry's tractor unit, isn't it? So it's it's the front bit, and it's been it was first shown in 2017, but it's been it's fallen down the development cycle a bit. But Pepsi have been trialing it in America, and it seems to work. So it's coming to Europe. European specifications are there. It can replenish 60% of its range in 30 minutes when it's on one of Tesla's mega chargers.
The charging is crazy. Yeah.
Which is, do you remember when we went to drive those electric trucks, Nick?
Yeah, great day. That was such a good day.
Yeah, but they were explaining that you don't actually need that much range or ridiculous charging, because there are laws about how fast you can drive in a truck, and there are laws about how long you can drive in a truck. And it's like 3 hours, I think, and 52
Something
miles.
Like that.
So as long as you can do more than 150 miles, and then you can get in the 45-minute mandated break that drivers have to take, as long as you can get in that again, it's fine. You can just keep going and going and going.
Yeah, and then I think what they were saying is how they would make it work, especially for big lorry drivers, is they would book in advance to get that space, to get that charging spot. So it would be like, right, well, my next stop is going to be this place. I'll be there roughly around that time. So then that's my charger for when I get there. So then a lorry driver would go and do a big old haul and then would stop, have to do their legal break. They've got the charger set up, ready to go. They would have their break, have a coffee, have something to eat, sometimes have a nap. It depends on what their schedule is, and then carry on going. So, but I don't know if that's just UK law or whether mainland Europe is different, or if America's different. I don't know.
I think Europe would be the same, because it would have been a European law, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And what's also interesting, I thought, is that when I looked at the planning permission for a grid serve, which they opened a year or two ago near here, it had truck charging spots as part of it. So they're all upgradable to have these megawatt chargers in them in the future, all these service stations. So they are thinking about it, because people go, oh, there aren't megawatt chargers anywhere yet. But no, they are. It's ready to go when these trucks arrive.
There you go. They're there. It's coming. The big old Semi is coming.
Should we bring this back to the videos that are going live this week?
All right.
Should we do that if we must?
Yeah. What's coming up this week? Oh, yeah. So the twin test I did with Batch this week, that will be coming up this weekend.
The big one.
I have had a look over the first edit.
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
Batch is such an idiot. I love him so much. It's such a ridiculous, there's so many ridiculous moments in that video. And so far, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to be, but I think it's about half an hour, 40 minutes at least. Because there's such big cars, it's such a big moment for these cars that all of a sudden we were like, oh, this is actually quite a long video. But I'm hoping it should do pretty well, because, they're very popular cars at the moment. So that hopefully will be out now by the time the podcast is out. And then you've got finally, yes, the Renault 5 Turbo 3E. Yes, really, this time it's actually coming out this week, I promise. I know we said last week it was, and then it didn't. But it will be coming out. And then we have the BYD Atto 2 long-termer video. Who's doing that? Whose is that? Who's got the long-termer?
I think that must be Lucas who has that.
This makes sense.
He hasn't moaned about it, so I'm presuming he's quite happy with it. But I guess we'll see. It's not like you when we had that Dolphin. You didn't hear the end of that.
Yeah, because it was annoying. It was an annoying little car.
Why did it not have gold taps and a crystal ball in it?
I know the latest update on the Dolphin, like it's a better car now, but the version that I had, it was just a bloody nightmare. And then every time Mike drove it, he kept changing it to have that horrible creepy sound every time you would drive under 15 mile an hour. Didn't you, Mike?
Yeah, it was well hidden away. I had to remember how to do it because I know you wouldn't be able to switch it off because it was about 14 different menus, and it's called something you wouldn't expect it to be called. It's like brand noise or something like that. So.
Yeah, so you just sound like a creepy ice cream van. Then if you're driving slow, because it only plays when you're driving slow under 15 mile an hour, and then you just sound like a creep.
When we did the international launch of that, we were kind of standing around, and someone was driving past it. We all looked round for an ice cream van, because it was in the middle of summer in Barcelona. And we heard this noise, and we thought, I could just eat a whippy, and that's the brand noise. I know if
99 with a flake with a bit of strawberry sauce. That's me. What's your ice cream of choice when an ice cream van comes up?
Oh, I wouldn't do the strawberry sauce. Just a plain 99 flake would be fine.
Yeah, it seems to be kind of ruining it with the strawberry sauce. So, yeah, monkey's blood.
But it's nice. Oh, you lot, honestly. Right, let's move on. Okay, we have some buying advice, please.
Yes.
So this is a message from, oh God, these blooming names. Right. Zoltan, fine, I can say Zoltan. Zoltan Herczeg 4313. Yeah. Absolutely love that channel. Always looking forward to your videos. I can't believe I only just discovered your podcast show with the previous episode. What a great laugh that was. See? Lovely.
Previous one.
I'm in the market for a used second-hand EV, as I just recently got a BMW iX and I love it. Now we're changing our second car to an EV. We're currently considering the i4, which we took for a test drive and we loved it. However, I really like the Audi e-tron GT. Of course you do, as they seem to be great bargains on used. Which one would you advise me to buy as a used car? Thank you for the great conversations and chit-chats.
That's quite a difference.
Shall I go first?
The two.
Yeah. Shall I go first? The kind of the sensible head is that having written used car reviews for both of these cars, the BMW i4, the list of problems is like, some people had trouble connecting their Apple CarPlay, and watch out for curbed wheels. Whereas the list for the Audi GT and the Porsche Taycan is kind of like fills up the internet.
Car did not turn on today.
So I think if I was buying a second-hand one, I would be a bit scared. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some nice long warranties on these things, and maybe all the faults have been fixed by now, but there are some big and nasty problems with those cars.
Right.
So I would go the i4 and be able to sleep at night.
Lovely.
I think it's very tempting. I mean, back in the old days of, before electric cars, so I can talk about this. Tom and I would often look at things and he'd say, look, there's a Bentley for 20 grand there. What could go wrong with that? And then you'd realise, that from the people who have done it, we both know somebody who's bought a Ferrari 456 GT for next to nothing at a low price and ends up spending £7,000 on a radiator and things like that. So
it's like buying a company for £1. You're just taking over all of the debt and the problems.
It isn't just the list price you need to factor into that. And I would imagine that, imagine servicing costs and things on the Audi GT would probably be quite high as well. They're probably not cheap on the i4 either. But I think it would be a gamble to go with the e-tron GT. Maybe if you're thinking about having it for a year and then changing it, it might be an adventure. But on with Tom, I think I would just want the kind of satisfaction of thinking that the i4 is a little bit more reliable. Nicola,
there you go.
What would you do?
I mean, I would go i4 purely for those exact reasons. Yeah, because I don't want the panic. Because I've read so many things, especially about the Audi and about the Taycan. Like, because everyone goes, there's such amazing deals on the Taycan at the moment, and you're like, yeah, there's a reason for that. So just please do your research. I mean, I'm going to give a plug here because on electrifying.com we have our used listings, and it will tell you everything that you need to know about that car, about how the battery is coping and all that sort of stuff, and what's left in it and what's wrong with the car and that kind of thing. And it just seems like every time someone goes, I've spotted a really good deal on a Taycan, a really good deal on an e-tron GT, and you're like, just do a bit more research into that. Go a little bit deeper. Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
There was when I was doing the i4 research, there was one that had done 108 8,000 miles and had 90% battery remaining, which I thought was pretty bloody good, really.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's solid.
Lisa Milford via podcast@electrifying.com. And if you've got any car buying questions or any EV related questions, podcast@electrifying.com is the email to get hold of us at. Hi team, love the podcast, etc., etc. And so she's put in brackets, I have to say that, right? You do. If you want to be considered for the podcast, you need to blow a bit of smoke up our, I really like the look of the Renault Twingo, but the range and performance is holding me back. 160 miles just won't work for me, as I regularly have to do 200 miles a day, and I really hate stopping to charge. A woman after your own heart, Nicola. Do you insiders know if a bigger battery is planned? If it was, I'd be in the first in the queue with a deposit.
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is. I don't think it would have started to eat into Renault 5, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Money and territory-wise.
I think they just wanted to keep it like super lightweight and just keep everything as small as possible, because it's like 1,200 kilograms or something. It's ridiculously lightweight for a little EV. But I don't think. I think you might have to move on to other options, I'm afraid. Which is such a shame if you've really got your heart set on a car. But if you're doing 200 miles a day, then no, don't do it.
No, it's a shame, as you say, it's a shame because it's a lovely form factor, isn't it? It's a beautiful piece of design, and I just went a little bit. So if you could get 200 miles out of that, I think that would be. But then that's it, isn't it? You know, it's not what it is. So
maybe have a look at the 5. The 5 can go over 200.
Yeah,
on a good day.
Yeah, on a good day.
Yeah.
Unless it's an A290 and it's you driving.
You're driving,
in which case it won't.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I've got a tyres question from Kim Anstey, who says, hi team at electrifying.com. Can you tell me from your experience, are electric car tyres more prone to blowouts than internal combustion engine cars? I have a Scenic E-Tech, my first electric car after driving ICE for 47 years, and had a blowout on a tyre at less than 1,000 miles old. And my daughter and their family had 2 tyre blowouts on their way to the airport. Their car is a week old too. Have I said it's just bad luck, or is there any evidence to suggest otherwise?
I think that's bad luck, isn't it?
I think it must be.
I'd check the dealer forecourt for tax or something like that.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right to me. I mean, I've never heard stories like that when it comes to EV tyres at all.
No. I mean, my missus had a blowout, but that was because she hit a curb, so that wasn't really the car's fault.
Self-inflicted?
Yeah. So no, I think it is. I mean, the Scenic, all electric Renaults seem to have huge wheels, don't they, and low-profile tyres. You notice that? Even like the basic Renault 5 is like on 24-inch rims or something. And the Scenic's the same. It's got big wheels. So, I mean, those small sidewalls can suffer when you hit a pothole, but otherwise, I don't think so.
No, I don't think that's like an EV thing. I think that's just bad tyreage and just a bad coincidence. That's all I can think.
It's funny what you were saying about Lisa and the puncture. I went to my mum and dad's house a couple of weeks ago, and there was a great big dent in the back of my dad's smart #3.
No.
And he said, oh yeah, someone drove into me in the supermarket car park. I said, oh, that's terrible. So I had a closer look, and I thought, well, no, hang on, this is sort of black, and it's all like a vertical, almost a dead vertical line. And he must have reversed into a pillar because.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, there's no unless he.
Or is it a trolley? Could it have been a trolley?
No, it's a big dent. Unless a Cybertruck drove into him, there's nothing that shape that could possibly have caused it. It's like a dead line. It's like a plumb bob. You just straight up, straight down this line, and obviously where it was. See, I think he's entirely truthful about it. He maintains it was nowhere near it. So yeah,
it just came out of nowhere. Nothing to do with me.
I bet if I went to Sainsbury's in Ferndale, there would be a load of silver paint up one of the bollards, I reckon.
I think you need to do some investigation work.
Yeah, I can't be bothered. But yeah,
do it for the people, Mike. We want to know.
We want to know. I mean, that thing's had more hits than Elvis. I mean, it really has. It's for a 3-year-old car. It's just all over the shop. So I mean, bless him on that piece.
On a similar theme, there was traffic chaos outside my house because a truck had hit the pub and knocked off the sign. And the truck driver said, well, it's not my fault, the sign's overhanging. And the landlady went out, it's not your fault. What, did the pub pull out in front of you?
All these bloody pubs all over the roads.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Nicola, you need to welcome some people to the new car. These isn't electric virgins because these are people now we're at the stage where people are buying the second or third cars. But
This
I think
is good.
it's still worthy of mentioning, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So hello, Richard Piper 4825. Many thanks on your unanimous advice for going for the VW ID Polo versus the Cupra Raval. Yes, because we were talking about this, weren't we?
Yep.
You'll be pleased to hear that I plumped for the ID Polo, although I had come to my decision and placed my order before you kindly gave me your preference on this week's podcast. Well, you made the right choice, Richard. To be honest, the clincher was that the numbers stacked up far more favourably for the VW, as a standard spec on the Style Launch Edition avoids me having the cost of adding expensive options. The Raval is overall better equipped, but I can live without the premium sound system for a panoramic roof and no cost bright metallic paint. The monthly cost of the VW was £80 less on a 2-year deal rather than the Raval, albeit a VZ, on 3 years. So next time it can be the ID Polo GTI or the Raval VZ when better deals may become available. Thanks again. I think you made the right choice, Richard. Well done. And I'm glad that he made it without us. And we all agreed. That would have been really awkward, wouldn't
it
it?
would have been the opposite. I think he would have thought, oh no, what have I done? Anyway.
Yeah. I just ordered it.
Richard Upcraft 1287 says, yes, oh no, I've just ordered a Cupra Raval VZ in iridescent plasma. Now I know I should have got a Polo with a dull retro dash and a hideous colour. I think it's being ironic here. Nothing else should have come into the decision-making process. Okay, Richard. I mean, horses for courses. People like what they like, don't they? So,
everybody's different. That's fine. You'll be happy.
There'll be an entire team of people at the Volkswagen Group stage managing all these specs and cars, aren't there, Tom? In any big group where you've got very similar cars, to make sure that if somebody wants the panoramic roof, they can't have the so-and-so because they'll need to buy that car instead. So it's all very cleverly done. But clearly to a good end result, because you've ended up with two people who've given advice to and they're both happy with what they've ordered.
Yeah,
and in the end, Volkswagen wins because they get somebody buying
exactly.
Volkswagen. It's he's not going to go and buy Renault.
All comes down the same line anyway. Yeah, so
everyone's on about.
Okay, well, John Humphreys 9887 says, I really enjoyed the debate about VW Group MEV Plus based cars and Cupra VW's colour options. I'm glad to hear that I'm cool by default by driving a Taliscan VZ1. Thanks, Nicola. However, the grey colour is quite boring. I too was considering the first edition, launch edition Raval and Polo, as a Raval VZ was so much more than I pay for my Tavascan. That's amazing, isn't it? Polo GTI was on my list, but I found no lease information on colours yet. That is the way with leasing, isn't it? That sometimes you think, well, how come this much bigger, much faster, posher car is cheaper than the brand new small one? And that's just the way things work. It was really bizarre. But yeah.
But also, yes, you are cool for having a Cupra. Everybody that has a Cupra is cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because you're very cool, aren't you, Tom?
Of course, I'm very cool. So cool. All the kids say so. And mine's a boring colour because I'm tight and didn't want to pay the extra for the metallic paint on the lease. So, which is
it was Mike that was saying that he doesn't like the grey of the Cupra, but because I quite like the grey with the copper. I think is very cool. It's very cool.
Is it matte finish on the Tavascan?
Yeah. Normally, on the Tavascan.
There was a long termer was a matte finish. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm not sure about matte finishes. Not keen on.
You like polishing things, that's why.
I do like polishing things.
Watermarks on a matte finish is just a no-go, isn't it? It's just it's not good.
We're talking about the leasing prices, because I finally got around to putting the Topolino review up, and I was looking at the costs and everything. On a lease, the cheapest deal I could get a Topolino, right?
Yeah.
£228 a month.
What?
That's the same as I pay for the Bourne.
I was going to say, you could have a Citroen EC3 Aircross for 158, and that's exactly the same terms. So yeah, I mean, it's a struggle, isn't it? You can see why.
I thought about you the other day, actually, Mike.
Did you?
Coming back from the barn, from doing the twin test with Batch, as you're heading towards where we film at the barn in Oxford, as you're heading towards Henley, it's like a really long stretch of a 60-mile-an-hour road.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are we going so slow? What is going on? And there was easily a trail of about 30 cars. And then eventually you start sort of catching up. And I was like, it's an Ami.
Was it?
Ginny
filmed the, I know that exact bit of road, and that's where we filmed the Ami review. So if you look at the one on YouTube, she's sitting there and these are like 14 trucks behind her.
It was such a massive queue. I was like, this is a big queue for just a cyclist or something. And it was lasting for ages. And then I realised, it's an AMI. This must be how Mike felt in his Topolino a few weeks ago.
It was. Yeah, but I was reminded on the comments that 50 miles an hour there's a limit, not a target for roads. So yes, I made the mistake.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it okay to be at 28 mile an hour on a 50 road.
You do feel rather vulnerable, I'd say that.
Well, yes, in a tiny little thing.
I'd rather be walking, I think.
I drove an AMI with Ginny on board for that same video, and going up a hill, and it was going down to like 25 miles an hour, and there's a truck behind you, and I'm just thinking, please, just a couple more mile an hour. Thinking, I wish I hadn't brought that bottle of water with me, or had a poo this morning to get rid of some of the weight so we could keep going. Just terrifying. Put me off, because I always quite fancied an AMI. I thought, I would just keep one in the garage, keep it forever, be a laugh, take it to the shops, and I just thought, no, not doing this. If you live in town, maybe, but out here in the village, there's a 60 mile an hour road just outside, and to get to the next village, no, I'm not having it.
Yeah, we're exactly the same where we are, just surrounded by 60 roads. I mean, like you will do a quick burst on a 60 road, but a quick burst in an AMI is quite a long burst, isn't it?
Can I just bring us back? I realise the way we use our Google Sheets, there's often an unfortunate page break, and there was on that last comment, Tom, because there was another paragraph underneath.
Oh,
it.
So there is.
What do I choose? A brighter coloured Polo or a cool looking Raval? And he said, no, neither. He's ordered an Epiq first edition. He said, why? He says, it's the only one that has vehicle to grid, which means I can subsidise my running costs by discharging cheap power to the grid for a profit. There you go. And I thought, well, hang on, they're all the same car, so that must be a mistake. But no, the Škoda seems to be the only one that does have that in the software, which is odd given that it's shared software between all three of them. And I mean, I think, John, you might be waiting a while before that actually happens, because I think we're still some way off, aren't we, in terms of vehicle to grid.
I'm going to the proper launch and driving the Epiq and the Peak next month, I think.
I mean, the tech, the vehicle to grid tech is
that as well,
quite,
well,
nothing available.
I wonder, because next week, have you seen these, what they call balcony solar panels?
Yes. I wonder if it's the same regulation. So you can, rather than having someone climb around on your roof and having all sorts of hardware to put big solar panels on, you can buy these, what they call balcony, because you can cable tie them to your balcony, but you can also have them on your shed or in your garden. And then you just literally plug them into a socket, your 3-pin plug socket, and they will feed power back into the grid during the day when it's sunny, and they go up to like 800 watts. So it's not anything compared to a big solar panel, but 800 watts, if you're like me on a more expensive daytime and cheap nighttime tariff, it's going to make a difference. And they're about 350 quid. So
that's good.
I wonder if it means that if you had your electric car and you plugged it in and it's got the capability of doing it, you could feed in, say, 800 watts back into your house without having anything too complicated.
Yeah.
That's a regulation change that's allowed that to happen, isn't it? Because they've been on sale in Europe for a while, but you couldn't have one in the UK. But now you can. I think from the 1st of September or something, you can. So there obviously has been a change to that. And I wonder if that is tied in with electric cars.
I reckon they've got 2-year payback. So it's like...
And that's for an average user. If you use a load, if you've got an electric car, then that's going to be shorter, isn't it?
Or if you've got a tariff which has a more expensive daytime rate,
which
because
most of us will have.
Nighttime. It obviously only works during the day.
I didn't know that. That's very interesting. We've got proper panels on our roof.
Posh,
Yeah, so I tend to plug my cars in during the day, especially these last few weeks. My goodness.
Oh my goodness, what a year to have had solar panels installed.
Stunning.
I mean, you just be...
Oh yeah, we'll be getting a nice little rebate from the government. That'll be nice. Giving it all back.
Giving something back. That's good.
You're welcome. Right, we do have some comments from last week. This is all on the subject of the Jaguar Type 01 interior, because we had a long old chat about this. So Michael Semmer says, Volvo called, they want their design cliches back. One of the benefits of electrification is how it liberates the use of interior volumes and removes the transmission tunnel. So, of course, insert a gratuitous spine that compromises space and make it inconvenient for rear passengers to exit the opposite side. A lack of physical switchgear just signals economizing to me. God, I can't even read this. Give me an older Jag, full of switches, basically, in organic forms anytime. Jag sales catered in part for chasing trends, in my honest opinion, and this is more of the same. But it already seems a half step behind. Well, it's because there's just a whole lot of nothing going on inside the Jag, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jenny's a fan.
Yeah, she is. Well, I still haven't seen it in person, so I can't make my judgment just yet. I'll get there.
Tom?
Well, it's a semi-interesting thing, I suppose. Rolls-Royce in America and in Dubai and places like that, they have a lot of orders for 5-seaters because, those 2-seaters with the spine down that is no good.
Yeah.
Because they do a lot of driving to these sort of posh brunches or out for an evening as 2 couples, and then they get somebody to drive them home, so that there are places over there where you get like valet parking, but they go to your house, and then someone picks up the driver and comes back. So they go, they have a few drinks, they all clamber into, get 3 across the back and 1 in the passenger seat, and get a driver to take them home, and then the driver gets an Uber home. That's very common in places like Dubai and the States. So they need a 5-seater, so they can't have these 4-seat cars. So there you go. Doesn't work.
That is interesting. Yeah, I didn't know.
You know, they've got a thing in Japan where I think it's Japan, where they have it's like an Uber app, but you find a sober driver to come pick you up. But it's all like the insurance is all done through the app. They turn up on like a little mini e-scooter thing that then folds up and gets in the boot of a car, and they drive you home. And then they scoot off to their next job. How good is that?
That was a thing back in the day, wasn't it?
It was a thing, yeah. I remember those
I saw a video on it on how it all works in Japan, so that people can go out to the pub and then someone drives you home in your own car. You don't have to go and pick it up. It's brilliant.
Because I think there was an Auto Express party when we were there, Mike, and we had a BMW 525 diesel or something, but it had the M body kit on it, and the bloke who turned up on his moped was most excited, thinking it was an M5 he's going to get to drive home. He was like, no, it's a diesel. He's like, oh.
Sauce babes. Looks nice though. That's important.
I do.
Someone do what's next, because I've now completely lost our place.
Okay. It's ISMS 9207 says, already looking forward to the Jag indicator sound reveal live broadcast. I think we'll send Nicola for that, because she's
that's going to be nice.
They probably will do that, because they've drip fed everything else, haven't they? So
I reckon that's going to.
That's got to be a press release and a launch in itself. Yeah.
Surely. I'd tell you what, the Volvo EX60 indicators. Oh, they are.
Really?
It's really subtle, gentle, but just a lovely little pop. It's just a lovely pop on the ears.
Yeah.
Really lovely. Really nice.
I drove up to Leeds with one of my sons who likes to remix music, and he was recording the Bourne's indicator sounds and the other noises it makes when you put up the volume, which is like a duk 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 duk, and he's put them into some music. I'll see if he'll let us play it.
Yeah, I want to play some dirty beats. I'll see if he can. He might be able to help me with my Jeep Avenger drama that I'm trying to figure out, because the beats to the Jeep Avenger indicator, I want to try and find the perfect song to go along with it, but I don't want to use AI or anything to figure out. I'm skipping through songs in the car trying to find the right beat, and I'm still not quite getting there in terms of beats per minute and stuff to find the right song to go with those indicators.
Do us a recording and send it to me, and I'll get him to find you one.
Now we're talking. But he's not allowed to use AI for it. I'm not allowing that.
He won't. No. The kids don't like AI. It's a weird thing.
Good.
Don't like that. I'm not using that shop because they've used AI in their advert. It's like, oh,
good.
Isn't that strange?
We respect it. Yeah. Right, what else we got?
E-tripping.
Yep.
Yeah, E-tripping damage with an Adam Gebert 8024. That's the most difficult one so far, isn't it? Where the space is in that. Tripping with Adam, isn't it? Adam Gebert. Yes, all right. Okay. It says, love the Jaguar, but still too scared to buy the previous I-Pace, as I don't want to go bankrupt maintaining it. It's a strange thing, I-Pace, isn't it? Because some people, I think we've talked about this before, some people have had nightmares and other people just haven't. It's been fine.
Have we discussed, I'm going to try not to waffle on too much on this, but have we discussed that guy? Which I'm sure you shared the link, Tom, in our WhatsApp group. that guy who suddenly said that the brakes weren't working on his I-Pace and he was stuck on the motorway at 70 mile an hour.
We didn't discuss it last week.
We
Tom
haven't
suggested
discussed it.
No.
Yeah,
I'm sure you must have seen it. It was all over the news. There was there were so many videos on my Instagram about it, of basically this guy who's on the motorway. I can't remember which one it was, like the M6 or something. And he's phoned up the police because he's going, oh, the brakes aren't working on my car and it's just not stopping and I'm stuck at 70 mile an hour. And then all of a sudden over the phone, he's going, well, now I'm going even faster. And then the car comes to a stop in the inside lane, so what we would call the fast lane of the motorway, and just completely comes to a stop and claims it was all the car. However, they had a little look back at the software and it turns out he wasn't even trying to touch the brakes.
Well, yes, it also turned out that he'd tried to get out of his lease agreement and they'd said no.
It was that. I didn't see that bit. Right, okay.
It's entirely that. He tried all these different plans to get out of it. I'd say the BBC reported that JLR had put aside £50 million in marketing costs to kind of damage limitation, just in case it was.
Yeah. And there were all sorts of podcasts and people at the time saying, oh, electric cars are dangerous. Look, here's the thing. And blathering on about how you couldn't trust them. And actually, it was just the bloke trying to get out of his lease.
Yeah, he didn't even touch the brakes at all. Oh, my car's not braking. Yeah.
But he rammed a police car as well because they were trying to slow him down in an emergency. And but actually, these poor policemen being rammed from behind by this car they think's locked at 70 miles an hour, and still he didn't think, perhaps now's the time to stop.
In the pantheon of bad ideas to get out of finance payments, I would say that's pretty high up.
It's up there. Yeah, it's up there. Just throw it off a cliff and you're fine.
Yeah, just burn
I think
it
he contemplated that.
Do. Yeah.
Right, I'm very wary that we are very close to an hour.
Okay, I'll do one last one on the Jaguar.
Go
Stephen Wensley says, my view of the Jag was immediately set by the plank of 4x2 down the middle. It does look like that when you actually look at the pictures. Yeah. So it's obviously a trade van as far as I'm concerned. Does it come with a no tools left inside stickers already applied? So that's clever message.
Right, let's have a little look at what have we got. EX60 door handles, physical controls. Yeah, we've been chatting about door handles for ages now, so I'm just going to give you a couple of highlights of what people are saying. Bevolution, hello Bevolution UK, welcome back. It's funny how everyone marvels at the winglet door handles on the EX60, completely forgetting that the Mustang Mach-E did it first back in 2020. Now, I remember when that first came out, I've got a feeling that was just a button, no? Or did it have the little winglets?
It's got the winglets, which you need the winglet to pull on, don't you? So it's the tiny little button and the winglets. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. But the button was on the side of the door. It wasn't on the actual winglet itself to pull the door.
No, it's on the winglet.
Was it?
Yes.
In the Mach-E?
Was it?
I thought it was a button.
What, so you press a button somewhere and then pull it somewhere else? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I seem to remember you press the button with your thumb and pull it there, but I don't think the winglet actually did anything. I don't think it had a... I wouldn't swear to it, but I do seem to remember it being a bit odd.
Well, enough people have said it, so I'm kind of thinking it might be the case, but anyway.
Yeah, because JJ's YouTube says literally the same thing. But I've got no memory of that on the Mach-E, unless you're all lying.
It's all possible. Max Grease one says, not being one to defend Tesla, but the electric buttons for the door is there that the windows can automatically descend slightly when the car door is opened. As the windows are frameless, this is better for the car. In an emergency, you can use the backup handles. I don't think that's unique to Tesla, is there? My i3 had that, and that had mechanical door pulls. I used to drop the glass. So
one of my cars has that. It drops, but just as soon as it senses you're pulling the handle, it goes down straight away.
Yeah. But the last one, which I'm going to, because she loves this, Miss Reb one says, "Sorry, Jenny." She gets called Jenny all the time. Sorry, Jenny, but the door handles of the Volvo are ugly. They look like a slab of metal without the door handle in the normal position. Also, these handles near the window is a recipe for fingerprints all over the window, especially in the dark.
Yeah, she does hate being called Jenny, just like
just to let you know.
Being called Nicole or Nikki.
just putting it out there.
Never mind. Did we want to talk about colours, or how long have we been recording? Because this
my thing says an hour, and I think I've only got the basic package, so it might cut us off in a minute. So
blimey. Right, okay, let's say our goodbyes then. Let's do that.
Well, okay. Yes. Go on.
Well, thank you for listening. Let us know your questions and things in the comment section below. You can drop us an email, podcast@electrifying.com. Give us your opinions on all of the things that we spoke about today. If you want to discuss semis even more, that's absolutely fine. And next
Don't
week,
Google
what are we
it.
doing next week? I've got the A290. That's pretty much it for me. You too?
Whatever.
Nothing. Whatever. We'll find something to talk about.
Yeah.
You can tell it's Friday.
That's really going to get people tuning in, isn't it? Car you've already
Whatever.
spoken about, and 2 of us saying we're not doing anything. So that's a real
Don't
cliffhanger,
go
isn't
anywhere.
it? That's the cliffhanger, isn't it?
Well, I was going to say that I'm going to spend the afternoon putting the new electricity tariff prices into a spreadsheet and coming out, which might excite some people.
Some
Excites
people would
me,
love that.
but everyone else, like, I couldn't.
And then
see
they'd pay money
a
to
big
buy
seller.
your used spreadsheets. You know what I'm saying? There's weirdos out there, Tom. I'm telling you. They exist. Right, on that note, have a lovely weekend, everybody, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.